Welcome to Vivekanand Education Society's College of Pharmacy. We are dedicated to providing a research-focused, academically oriented education in the field of pharmacy. Vivekanand Education Society was established in 1962. There are 27 institutes, including 12 schools and 7 professional colleges under VES. We are proud to serve over 20,000 students across our diverse educational offerings. VESCOP was established in 2007 and is recognized under the UGC Act of 1956 as an autonomous institution approved by PCI and accredited by NAC with an A+ grade until 2029. We offer 6 programs including BPharm, MPharm and PhD in pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical chemistry and quality assurance. Since its inception in 2007 with a BPharm intake of 60, VESCOP has grown significantly. By 2011, we introduced MPharm programs and in 2014, we began our PhD programs. Our institution has achieved several milestones including NBA accreditation and various awards for research and innovation. Our team comprises dedicated professionals, which includes our principal, Dr. Mrs. Supriya Shide, and numerous esteemed faculty members who guide our MPharm and PhD students. VESCOP has consistently excelled in research conventions such as Avishkar and Anveshan, earning multiple medals and overall championship trophies. Our institution continues to foster a strong research culture. We have established significant collaborations, including a joint research center with Procter & Gamble, and continue to support research development, training, and skill development through various MOUs. We have state-of-the-art pilot plant laboratory which includes high-end equipments such as rotary tablet compression machine, high-pressure homogenizer, stability chamber, spray dryer, ball mill. This is a glimpse of our pharmaceutics PG laboratory including the microbiology and biotechnology lab. To support formulation development, we have advanced facilities for characterization, including freeze dryer, ultracentrifuge, particle size analyzer, Brookfield viscometer, and other advanced analytical instruments. Thank you for your attention. For more information, you can visit our website and follow us on our social media platforms.
Anita ma'am, could you please confirm whether I am audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please continue.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected Principal Madam, Professor Supriya Shidhaye, Head of Departments, Professor Rajeshri Hirlekar from Pharmaceutics Department, Dr. Anita Aire, Quality Assurance Department, Dr. Mushtaq Sheikh, Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department, today's learned speaker, Ms. Sunita Sonawane, Head of Regulatory Affairs at Rockwit India Private Limited, and dear participants. I am Dr. Aparna Palshetkar, Assistant Professor at VES College of Pharmacy. It is my distinct pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each of you to the Research Connect Series 4. We humbly request you not to record this session due to the confidentiality to the company. The focus of today's session is exploring research and career opportunities in the excipient industry. We are privileged to have Ms. Sunita Sonawane, Head of Regulatory Affairs at Rockwit India Private Limited, as our guest speaker. Ms. Sunita Sonawane is an experienced regulatory affairs, compliance, and scientific affairs leader with about 14 years of global expertise across diverse industries, including food and nutrition, animal nutrition, personal care, and academics. A visionary strategist and transformative thinker, have contributed to major companies such as Rockwit, BASF, and Sigma Labs. Her career has been defined by cultivating a deep understanding of cultures, technical intricacies, and processes. She possesses a comprehensive skill set that spans strategic, regulatory affairs, compliance, import-export dynamics, product lifecycle management. Her proven proficiency lies in partnering with executive leadership to shape strategies, foster compliance-driven systems, and institute effective governance frameworks. She has successfully established and led teams. Her ability to act as industry's voice has allowed her to excel in external advocacy roles. Equally comfortable in crisis management, issue resolution, horizon scanning, navigated complex external landscapes, and matrixed internal environments with finesse. She has been instrumental in steering cross-functional teams towards consumer patient-centric product management initiatives. High-performance teams emerge under her collaborative leadership style. One of her key accomplishments involves strategically expanding portfolios across multiple countries, effectively dismantling regulatory and trade barriers to support optimized revenue streams. She has successfully overseen a wide array of geographies, including Asia Pacific region, Singapore, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Cambodia, European Union, African countries, and India and Indian subcontinent, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. With this brief introduction, I invite Ms. Sunita Sonawane to begin her presentation. Ms. Sunita Sonawane, Madam, you can take it ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Aparna. That was a quite brief introduction. You can hear me all right?
Yes, madam.
Okay, this voice is okay, or should I put on my headphones? So this is better?
Yes, this is clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. If you allow me to share my screen, because that didn't allow me before. You're allowing me to share my screen, Dr. Aparna?
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you. Is it visible?
Yes, madam.
Thank you. Don't call me madam, call me Sunita, please.
Yes, Ms. Sunita.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone, and particularly thank you to VS College of Pharmacy, Dr. Hirlekar ma'am, Dr. Aparna, Dr. Shide ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. This is like going back to your alumni. I have done my master's with Dr. Shide ma'am and Hirlekar ma'am. So when they reached out to me saying that can you please take this opportunity and connect with the pharma graduates, I was happy to jump, because it again gives me also an opportunity to go back to our golden days when we were studying. We also faced the same question that what is next for me? What can I do? Whether I need to do masters, whether I stick to B pharmacy, what are the career opportunities? Also, our seniors help us a lot in actually trying to understand the various opportunities which are available in the industry. Do I need to go into some people also have a quest to go to other countries for higher studies. But me myself, I was very determined because India has a very long or a big era for medicine, for pharmacy. Okay, so with this, I will start my presentation. This is visible, right? We have no issue because I can see the screen looks to be where I can see my picture itself. So this screen is okay for viewing, right, Aparna?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. So today we are here to talk about pharmacy, pharmaceutical, excipient. So obviously we all know what is excipient. Excipient is part of drug formulation. And when I say drug, we all know it is the active pharmaceutical ingredient. And excipient plays a major role because without an excipient, you cannot ingest or even give an injection to a patient, right? So excipient plays a major role in a drug formulation. Okay, we all know we start our pharmacy studies with this only, that there is an API, there is an excipient. So people might be thinking, what's different for an excipient? There is nothing different. It's actually it is a bifurcation of an industry stating there is an active pharmaceutical and there is an excipient, but when they are together club, it's a drug formulation. Okay, so what does this drug formulation do, or the pharmaceutical care actually does, is provides a drug therapy, improves the patient life, quality life, and this is done by cure of a disease, by eliminating or reduction of patient's symptomatology, by arresting or slowing a disease process, or by preventing a disease. Okay, we have learned this. I think by this time the graduate or B pharmacy graduate knows this, but I'm sure the next question to him or her is, what's next? Because I'm in the stage of completion of my B pharmacy. In the next in the past 4 years, what I have learned, how will I apply it to the field of pharmacy? Okay, because we have been exposed to various medicines, their drugs, their therapy. In terms of we have various subjects like pharmaceuticals, then we have chemistry, we have pharmacognosy, I think quality. Okay, this is faintly what I remember. Correct me if I'm somewhere wrong, Dr. Panna. So as a bachelor's in pharmacy, when I complete, we will see what's next. Okay, the first part, which is very easy for a student, is to jump and work in a pharma organization. Okay, there we see ourselves as working as trainee. So all this information again which I'm putting is based on my self experience. Okay, it doesn't mean that this is 100% correct. It can be 80-90% because everybody has their own experiences in a life. Okay, so but this is what the industry practice. So once you do a B pharmacy, you have been appointed as a trainee. You work in the organization, and in working during this organization, you grow up maybe 15 or 10-15 years to reach a mid senior positions. Okay, but the second best pathway for a pharmacist can be a better education and higher position. Okay, so how do I do that? Okay, first of all, the option is obviously masters in bachelor. Sorry, master. I missed that. Sorry for the mistake which I put on the slide. It is masters in pharmacy. It's a 2-year course. Basically, as I mentioned, we have various options like pharmaceutics, pharmacology, quality, cognosy, chemistry. Okay, 1 year is a classroom training, and the second year is research and industrial trainings. Okay, and after that, obviously, you go for higher education, which is PhD, what you call, but it's Doctor of Philosophy. As I mentioned, some students also aim to go for different countries like US, UK, or any other countries. But today's topic of interest would be masters. What we want to do as masters. Okay. So, as a pharmacist, what all job opportunities or work areas are available for us? So, there is a practice setting, there is industry settings, and there are other settings like academia, clinical research, regulatory, and others. Okay. I have explained in my next slide what are these practice settings. So when I say it is practice settings, mostly B pharmacy is recognized as a degree. Okay, so you get jobs in government hospital as a pharmacist. There is a medical transcription job, government scientists, drug technicians. Then you have government pharmacists who can work in government entities, railways, Ministry of Health. Obviously, you will also be enrolled into a production site where you can work as a production manager or a qualitative associate. Okay. If you ask me, what does medical transcription? Because I heard this, it's a new and upcoming field. Again, it's called medical underwriting, where one has to earn a knowledge about the medical scribes, medical coder, medical transcription. Okay. Government scientists, when I can say there come associations like BARC, where they offer job roles to pharmacists. Drug technicians are the one who usually work in hospitals, government hospitals. All these roles require an additional exam. Okay, you have to enroll yourself to an exam. So it's like 1 in 10,000. The opportunities for a pharmacist to go into a government role is 1 in 10,000. Okay, so the next best option obviously would be going into academics. It's again the interest. You need to be very knowledgeable person. Okay, we all know our college professors. You can very well get in touch with them to understand how do we enroll ourselves into academics. But obviously, you can play a role of drug therapist and trainers. Trainers are basically these are who go on consultations. Okay, there are many counseling sessions which are taken for a person who is into drug overdose. So a lot of counseling and training goes into it, and a mandate qualification for this is a master's degree. Okay. Obviously, when I say industry, there are many options, plethora of options open for a person who has done a master's degree. Okay, it can be from pharmaceuticals. Basically, a degree of pharmaceutical sciences is important, but we have also seen quality assurance or chemistry people, cognosy getting into this. So the best highest paying jobs I have mentioned. Again, this I have given you the references below. This is again not me, but from the references which I've taken. So the highest paying jobs are university professors. They enhance their qualifications, and it has to lead to specialization in one field. Okay, research scientists, again, research scientists basically work in a pharmaceutical company, maybe API, drug formulation, even an excipient. So basically, they help to develop new products. Okay, work on the existing product line. How existing, say example, I think best example for you guys would be starch. Where how do I innovate it? Because starch will act as a binder. It's a very conventional excipient. So how does that excipient fit into a new formulation? Okay, what innovation can they bring? So this research scientists are highly paid jobs. They need to be very specialized in their field. Okay, product managers. Product manager are also seen as very they're also highly paid. They're respectable because they have to know the knowledge of the drugs and their applications, and this product has to be met to their expectations. So this product managers meet to their doctors, various doctors in a region, and they explain the benefits of the medicines. Okay. Regulatory affairs officer, obviously they must ensure that the medicines are manufactured and compliant with the regulatory norms at the national and international levels. The next highest paying job would be sales and marketing. Okay. After completing B pharmacy, there is a scope, but as I mentioned in my previous slide, you have to spend a lot of years in reaching a senior or mid-senior position. So taking masters and after masters doing an MBA is it add-ons to your CV, okay? Because there are a lot of stiff competition among companies having sales and marketing position, but again, you get a lot of incentives, okay? You get a lot of traveling, so it's a very lucrative job to look into it. Next is clinical data manager. So the roles and responsibility of them is collecting the data, clinical trials data, and resolving them into the database. So you have seen a lot of companies like TCS, Accenture, Helion. So all these companies are actually working into clinical trials, and this is also a very upcoming field for a lot of pharmacists. Okay. Similarly, pharmacovigilance specialist. They perform activities that involve throughput of the side effects of a medicine in a very short and a short as well as a long term. So they have to conduct a lot of studies. Okay, so this is also a very niche area, specialized requirement. Okay, a B pharmacy may not be able to do, but a master's degree is very important for this. And one of the most important is the quality control, because any medicine which is developed inside a pharmaceutical premises have to comply to a set of regulations. So they have to comply to a protocol, required standards, specification, and they have to be released into the market. So the quality control job is very important, because whenever the product has been released into market, it will be taken by a human body. Okay, so once it is taken by a human body, it is made sure that it has been released as per the set standards. So again, for this job profile, master's degree is mandate. Okay. Any questions from the team before I jump on to the next slide? You can put it in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, maybe we will take it at the end, right, Aparna?
Yes.
Okay. So to summarize this before I move on to the next slides, just wanted to say that, see, India is the biggest supplier of generic medicines, with like 20% of share in the global supply. We are manufacturing like 60,000 generic brands across 60 therapeutic categories. So because of the low price, high quality, the world prefers Indian medicine, thus making India as a pharmacy of the world. Government is also focusing on the healthcare sectors, and it has increased because the health of the citizens primarily. Okay, so this actually improves the scope after Beam Pharmacy and obviously after masters, because pharmacists work in health centers, government hospitals, and obviously pharma companies. Okay, one of the examples which I've recently read is like every district in UP will have a medical college, and hospital are taking qualified pharmacists to dispense medicines. You never see any hospital, at least in my experience, any in hospital a pharmacist dispensing medicines. But now also government has made a lot of mandates, and this was a culture in US before. So you can understand the focus on medicine and pharmacy from the government. Okay, so that's why a career in pharmacy after graduation is very aspirational. Okay, it's very exciting career. And the Indian pharma industry has done remarkably well in the past few decades and is expected to grow in future. Okay. And lastly, but not least, stating that we all have to understand that success is a relative term. Whether you want to join a pharma company, want to do a master's degree, there is no shortcut to success. Hard work, determination, and commitment are very necessary on all of the above cases. Okay. So going forward, I will jump into what is my organization into, and as a student career fairs, what we do with the organization. Okay. So as Aparna mentioned before, we are. I'll just stop sharing my slides, Aparna. Meanwhile, before I introduce my organization, so Rocket is basically pioneer in starch. Okay, we have products like maltodextrin, which goes into baby food. We have mannitol, which goes into vaccine industries. We have plethora of products. Basically, we are a Mexican manufacturers, and my role is regulatory affairs. So, just wanted to also introduce to the budding pharma students that I also completed my masters, and that's why how I enrolled myself into this value chain of pharmacies. I started my career into R&D, then I went to technical marketing, and lastly, even in this last 14 years, I have been doing regulatory affairs again with food and pharma. So you see, there is a lot of options available. It's not just I stick into R&D and I complete my journey as a R&D person. I moved into technical marketing, and then I moved into what do I say, regulatory affairs. So that's how you see the journey is. Okay. So again, I'm resharing my screen.
So participants, there is a slight technical glitch from the speaker's end. We will resume back in 2 minutes.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Sorry, I got disconnected. Huh?
Yes. You can reshare your presentation.
Yeah. I'll reshare it. So basically, I was talking about Rocket and how about my journey in Rocket. So basically, I started career with R&D, then technical marketing, and now in regulatory. So I've been working with I started my career actually with academics, but few months. Then I enrolled myself for higher studies. but then somehow I got into like 6 months again R&D training with Sigma Labs, and then my career in BSF for 8 years, and after that I've shifted to Rocket, where I'm taking care of the food and pharma regulatory. Okay, so I was just sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see it again. So meanwhile, I reshare my screen. I would also like to state that Rocket also has a structured process where we involve our students into different role like trainee, apprenticeship. Okay, and this is by proper what do I say? We reach out to the organization, then we have proper interviews. Okay, and then the person is selected based on his or his academia interest. Okay, so that's why I wanted to share this, but somehow somewhere I got stuck here. Sorry for this technical glitch. My laptop shut down.
Sunita, if you are okay, can you share it with Hirlekar ma'am? We will present it from our end.
Yeah, just 2 minutes. I don't know.
Yes.
You can see it now?
Yeah,
I
we
believe
can.
you can
If you
see.
can
Yeah.
rotate your mobile, go to auto rotate mode
Okay. It
and
will
hold
be
it
better.
horizontally.
Okay. Is this better?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. I'm really sorry for this. Okay.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, student careers fairs, we request the students to join us. So briefly, I will introduce what is a Rocket Group. What do we do in terms of job, the earlier careers, and how you can be an employee with Rocket. Okay. Just our vision. What is our vision as a company? Nature has the answer to different needs of women and men in terms of food, nutrition, and health, according to their choices, lifestyle, age. Okay. Depending on that, what are our values is authenticity, excellence, well-being, and forward-looking. We are into various sects of human nutrition, which is pharma, food, cosmetics, animal nutrition, and industries. Okay, and each of if our ingredients or excipients meets the specific and fundamental needs. Okay, and they contribute to the higher or a healthier lifestyles, if we can see. Just moving to the values in terms of authenticity. Authenticity has been able to express ourselves without any fear in judgment. Excellence is a quest to achieve the highest level of results with passion, effort, and tenacity. Well-being at Rocket, well-being means having everything. We need to give our best. And forward-looking is always a company due to its strong commitment to improvement. So in terms of what do we do is we acquire the raw materials. So we being a raw material manufacturer, we also have to acquire raw materials, and our raw materials are natural. That's why we say offering the best of nature. So we source the raw material from corn, wheat, potato, and pea. Okay, we have around 10,000 employees worldwide. We operate with 45 nationalities. We have 30 industrial sites. We have the best technology. We also see that the energy, water are not consumed, and they are properly stored. We have a wide array of supply chain facility, and more than 300 employees are dedicated to the R&D center. We have a customer technical services department, and every year we file 40 patents. I will not move into this slide. I'll go directly to the range of jobs we have. So the range of jobs we offer in Rocket is the production, engineering, supply chain, purchasing, quality, R&D, research and development, then sales and marketing, communication, finance, legal, human resource, and digital. So 50% of employees are part of manufacturing team, and 300 plus, as I mentioned, are part of the R&D team around the world. Again, not revolving into the expertise. Yeah, this slide. So, as I earlier mentioned, we also enroll a lot of trainees or students, and we take them into internships and apprenticeships programs. Okay, they're worldwide, but in India specifically, there are different sites like Mumbai, Pantnagar. Pantnagar is based in uh, north of India, Uttarakhand. Gokak, which is near Hubli, Virangam near Ahmedabad, and Naidupeta is specifically for pharma, which is near Tirupati, south. To the next slide. So, what do we do in terms of internships? Okay. So, as I mentioned, we enroll people from graduation to master levels. Okay. Once we do interviews, we have 10 basically internships for every year. And once you are interviewed, you are appointed, you will be accompanied by a supervisor who will guide you throughout the internship about the organization, about different departments, about the programs. Okay, and a monthly compensation will also be paid. This is basis on the level of the degree and the uh, yeah, based on the degree. So yeah. Then we have apprenticeships at Rocket, which is a program of 12 to 36 months. Okay. Basically, they act as a collaborator for next, for tomorrow. When I say tomorrow, it's like if you are good in your job during this 13, 12 to 36 months, you can be also offered a job. So, nothing we are giving you 100% guarantee, but this is based on your professional experience and your experiences in the organization. So we enroll 50 apprentices every year and we are planned to have 50 in 2024. So basically this is about the induction program. Uh, so we also offer induction program for all the students, graduates and employees who join us. Basically, the induction period is the key to understanding the corporate culture, the challenges, and the organization and the operating methods. As I explained, we have 4 values. Okay. And in the first few weeks of the arrival, you will be punctuated by the personalized welcome from the manager and a chance to meet your colleagues and senior management leadership team. Okay. So the training strategy for us is obviously technical training, uh, personal development trainings, leadership and management. So as I mentioned, you get to meet a leadership team. Health and safety is very important. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is DNI program. This basically for the women who are being enrolled in the organization. Sustainable development and mentoring. So basically, mentoring is a program when you discuss with a senior leader, you aspire, you talk about how do you want to grow, how do you perceive, or how do you see next 5 years, what are the challenges you're facing. So all this is enrolled in the mentoring program. And there are also learning days. So last month for us was a learning week. So every Thursday there is a 1 hour session taken by one of the subject matter expert. Okay, so we had minimum of 25 training hours per year. Okay, so when I say career opportunities, so once your training is done, base you can be a part of Rocket, but there are systems, there are gateways which you have to pass through it, and then the manager or the management feels that the apprentice is good enough, he has shown a good record in this past 36 months, they are offered a job. Okay, and during this apprenticeship you will also get um, I cannot say salary, but your apprentice program. Yeah, matlab, you will get your uh, I cannot say charges for that, but not your salary. Okay, so you will get benefits out of it. It's not a free course. So when I say compensation, so the compensation will be given for the apprenticeships. Okay, the numeration is based on the position, the person, and the performance. And last but not the least, we also take care of the well-being of the employees. So you will be part of all the events, a lot of listening and psychological support. Helplines are there. There are a lot of digital programs, days dedicated to mental health, days dedicated for promotion of physical activity, a lot of webinars and workshops, engagement surveys. Okay, so all this has been also uh, been implemented for all the employees. So it is not just the Rocket employees, but any trainee who is on the site will be benefited with all these programs. So that's it. That's my last slide, and that's my contact number and my official ID, which is sunita.sonavani@rocket.com. I'm happy to answer my questions, and again apologize for the technical glitch which happened in between. My laptop just shut down. So sorry for that.
No issues, ma'am. That was an effective presentation. To reflect on to the presentation given by Ms. Sunita Sonavane. Ms. Sunita Sonavane has generously shared her knowledge on exploring research and career opportunities after B.Pharm and M.Pharms. We are thankful to her for taking us through the glimpses and the working insights of Rockwit India Private Limited. Her presentation was insightful, shedding light on the crucial aspects of the Rockwit India Private Limited. We are thankful to her to share the career opportunities, including internships, apprenticeship, and also the induction program, which is with Rockwit India Private Limited. We are deeply grateful for the wealth of information she has imparted, which is sure to inspire and guide the participants in their research endeavors. Thank you, Ms. Sunita Sonavane. We now open the forum for question and answer session. I request the participants to put up the questions on the chat box.
Are they allowed to even ask
I saw
the
one
questions?
question which was put up asking for the compensation, I think. What would be at the entry level for regulatory affairs?
So when I say entry level, I believe you're talking about a master. Once you do a master's degree program, so there's nothing of fixed compensation which I can right now let you know. But obviously, no, it would be really bad to give you the exact number because that's not the expectation. So it depends. So if you see my slide, it depends on the experience you go with. Okay. So see, entry level jobs immediately, maybe not. You get into regulatory affairs. Maybe as an associate you start. So whatever is the industry best number in pharma world, you will surely get it. Okay, so there's no fixed number because it depends on the company to company also. So the top 10 companies will give you maybe 1 or 2 lakh better than the top 20 companies in line. Okay, so there's no fixed number for it, but obviously I believe a master degree is important and you will get a better number than the a person who has just done her bachelor degree. So your degree also matters a lot over here.
Thank you, Ms. Sunita. Another question put up by Sunil Patil, sir. What is the role of a pharma student in the development of excipients?
Pharma students or a pharmacist? I believe it would be a pharmacist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It is very important for being a pharmacist because pharmacist knows. So I go back to my presentation where I mentioned there is a API and there is a excipient. So if you see API is sometimes only 10%, whereas an excipient or a raw material is 90%. So if in 100 grams, 90 gram is excipient, a pharmacist knows where will you induce or ingest in the body. You know the side effects, okay? You know where will it act, though it doesn't have any active role to play, but you have to understand it also has some side effects when it is ingested in the body. So a pharmacist is the only person who knows what is what role that excipient will play inside a body. Okay. And obviously, when it will say for example, when say starch acts as a binder, so it has to play a role as a binder. I can use it into 50 to 60%. Sometimes if I use cross povidone, which is like a disintegrant, I will use only 10 to 20%. Okay, so a pharmacist knows that you can play around the excipients, but at what levels?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Sunita. There is another question put forth by Professor Rajeshri Hirlekar. Uh,
Yeah.
Kindly explain what are the enabling excipients?
Uh, so if I understand the question is what role they play.
May I request Rajeshri ma'am? She can unmute herself and ask question.
Yeah.
Yes, Sunita. Enabling
Yeah, ma'am.
excipient, like those excipient which will actually aid in improving the availability of the drug. Like, for example, your own cyclodextrins, isn't it? So such type of
Yeah, yeah.
excipients and how they can use actually in their research as well, and how they will have an edge over the regular excipients like binders, disintegrants, and all those things that way, or your
Yeah,
pyrrolidones. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Okay, I understand your question. It's a very good question, madam, because see, um, um, excipients we say are raw materials, right? They don't play actual role in a drug formulation, but they are the carriers of an API. Okay, so when I say example, again I take off mannitol or even cyclodextrin. Cyclodextrin helps the API to take it to an exact position where it delivers the API to the next zone level. Okay, that's its conventional role. But now, what's next? What's innovation, right? We will also ask because this has been traditionally been used, cyclodextrin. We know there are also beta, alpha, sulfa cyclodextrin. So why have they been created is a question, right? Even with binders, starch has been traditionally used, but we see a lot of binders like mannitol, you see maltodextrin's been used. Why have they come up? Because innovation is important. Unless and until innovation doesn't come up, you will not get new excipients playing that role. Okay. For simpler reason, I can say mannitol, they also have dual purpose. They sometimes act as excipient, they also act as an API. So it is depend on the formulator to decide that if I want to use it as an mannitol, maybe 50%, but if I want to use it as an API, I just use it at 10%. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I see one more question coming in, right?
Yeah, Aparna ma'am, you are on mute.
Yes, yes. The other one more question put up by Bhavik. What are some important skills required to excel in the field of regulatory affairs for a student in quality assurance department?
Okay, a good question again. So if your focus is very clear that you want to move into regulatory affairs, you need to know the regulations. If you want to see yourself in pharma company, you need to know the Drugs and Cosmetic Act very well. Okay, you need to know the FDA regulation because many of the companies in India are putting up their formulation into US market. So the US FDA requirements, okay, how do I build a dossier? How do I prepare a drug master file? How do I file it? How many years it takes? Okay, maybe in European countries, CEP is important, certificate of pharmaceutical sciences. Then in Russia, for CIS countries, CEP is acceptable. So I'm sure being a fresher, you will not be able to know everything. Okay, but at least start reading about the regulations, how a regulatory file has been done. Obviously, you have to deep down when you get yourself into the job. You cannot on the first day know how a drug master file is prepared. There's lot. It's like a 400, 500 page dossier to be prepared to submit to the regulatory body. So, but at least start reading, start understanding the regulations. Food is also a good option. It is not mandated that only pharma people can go into pharma. Food is also a good. It is very upcoming. The Food Safety Standards Authority in India. You see many things happening around energy drink, talking about energy drink, some spices, something is coming up, regulations on the labeling. It's a very beautiful job to be done, and it's a very respectable job also in an organization. So start learning about the regulations, start reading about it.
Yeah, thank you. Just one question from my side. Do you suggest any
Sure.
courses which would help them to know the basics more clear when before going for an interview, or just to do one elaborate course which will help them or guide them about the regulatory affairs as you spoke about different countries?
Yeah. Actually, during our time, there were no courses of regulatory affairs. So I have started understanding there are some colleges which are offering 6 months courses. It is good to go, good to take. Uh, I would not say that I don't recommend, but I don't know how beneficial it is because you learn more on regulatory when you go on job. Okay. So obviously you need to know pharma very well. That's one part. Second part, as I mentioned, start reading about regulations, start talking about the labels, start reading about the dossier filing, how it is done. So all this has only been taught in the courses. So if you're liking your future, then you want to be into regulatory affairs, is a good course. But I don't know which colleges right now they are offering.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Ms. Sonaune. I think those were the questions. Okay, moving ahead. Just a minute. Yes. I hope I'm audible. I would now like to invite Dr. Anita Aire, Madam, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Aparna ma'am. As we come to the end of this enlightening session, it's my privilege to extend vote of thanks to all those who have made this event possible, the 3-day webinar series. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our speaker, Ms. Sunita Sonaune, for her insightful talk on exploring research and career avenues in the excipient industry. Your expertise and valuable insights have certainly enlightened the participants and provided a clearer path for our future endeavors. I would also like to thank our heartfelt thanks to Professor Rajeshri Hirlekar ma'am, HOD Pharmaceutics Department, and Dr. Mushtaq Sheikh sir, HOD of Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department, my colleagues, for their invaluable assistance in planning and executing this webinar series. Your guidance and support has been crucial to the success and is indeed a great accomplishment for us. Because we have got a very good response even in the 4th consecutive year since the inception of this series. A special thanks to our moderator for the day, Dr. Aparna Palshetkar, for the smooth steering of the session and ensuring that everything ran according to the plan. My special gratitude and I extend my sincere thanks to the ICT support team, particularly Dr. Anand and Ms. Kajol for their technical support, which ensured that our virtual event was seamless and without any glitches. I'm also deeply grateful to our respected principal ma'am, Professor Supriya Shide ma'am, for her constant encouragement, support and insights in terms of strategic planning for the webinar. I'm also thankful to our administrative in-charge coordinator, Professor Jharna Das madam, for her constant motivation, and thankful to our trustee in-charge, Shri B.L. Bulani ji, for his unwavering support and for believing in our vision. I would also like to acknowledge the support staff of our college, whose behind the scene efforts have been instrumental in making this event a success. Last but not the least, we are immensely thankful to our enthusiastic participants. Your active engagement and curiosity throughout all the 3 days have made this particular session truly interactive and successful. And your passion for learning is what drives us as an organization to organize such events. Thank you all once again for your valuable contribution and for making this event a grand success. Over to you, Dr. Aparna, for the concluding remarks.
Yes, ma'am. Before concluding, may I request all the participants to turn on their cameras for a group snapshot?
Just a minute, Aparna madam.
Ye-
Principal
yes, ma'am.
madam is available in the meeting. She wants to give some comments.
Yes, yes. It would be our pleasure to hear from our principal madam, Professor Supriya Shidhaye, to give her expert opinions for the day.
Thank you, Dr. Rajeshri, that you remembered me. I am so happy to hear from my own student, Sunita. And she's very close to me as well as Rajeshri madam for her dedication throughout her graduation, post-graduation program and her liking for the field of pharmacy. And she was always very dynamic. And I can see that dynamism which has driven her
Thank you.
to a leader role in the company Rocket. Even in the BASF, she was handling important portfolios. And it gives a great pleasure to us as a teacher that our student is doing so well. And yes, Sunita, your presentation definitely has inspired our students to take up excipient industry as a career because there is a lot of scope lying there. And I know many of our students like you who are right now pursuing their career after their doctorate also as a business development manager or technical managers. And there are many application labs in Mumbai. So even in the R&D, students are having good career. And our students are doing internship also in many excipient industries. So your interaction with them will all the more motivate them to take up this as a career. And we wish you all the best for reaching to the
Thank you, ma'am.
pinnacle in your career also.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you. I think I'm happy to see you all because it's very rare chance that we come face to face. I think it's last year which I met you, and this is the like almost year I'm seeing you. It's so good to see you. And as you rightly mentioned, the guidance what you and Hirlekar madam have given us that time, it has helped us a lot because it actually shaped us our future, I can say, because you can see us. So I would recommend all the students to please take all the career what guidance what your teachers and professors sirs are given, because that helps a lot to build up your future. Because if your base is strong, your understanding about the subject matter is strong, actually it helps to put it in the industry. Okay, obviously you learn along the pathway, but if you are a very your base and foundation is very good, nothing like that. So thank you again, thank you everyone, thank you madam, thank you Lekar madam, everyone from my bottom of heart. But I will make sure that I meet and at least come and meet you personally because I'm there nearby. It's just like 10 minutes from my house, but never get a chance to meet you all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And we'll be in touch with you. And you're most welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks a lot again for your session. Bye. Can
Thank
we
you.
log
Bye.
out, Aparna madam?
Ma'am, just a few announcements to make. May I request the participants to switch on their cameras for a group snapshot? Done, ma'am? Anita madam, done?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Moving ahead. As we conclude the phase 1 of the Research Connect series, I remind everyone about the upcoming offline workshop and hands-on session at VES College of Pharmacy on 16th, 18th, and 19th July 2024. In this workshop, participants will receive hands-on training with essential tools and techniques crucial to modern pharmaceutical research and development, such as working with gel electrophoresis, will deepen your practical knowledge of DNA, RNA, and protein analysis, which is vital for genetic and molecular research. Training on freeze dryer will teach you skills in sample preservation and preparation, ensuring the long-term stability of formulation and biological products. By using particle size analyzer, you will gain proficiency in determining particle size distribution, a critical aspect of quality control and formulation processes in pharmaceutical industry. The workshop will also introduce advanced software used in drug discovery, such as MOE, enabling you to utilize computational tools for molecular modeling, drug design, and data analysis, thus speeding up the drug discovery process. This comprehensive training will not only strengthen your technical expertise, but also enhance your overall competency in pharmaceutical research and development. Registration details are available, and I encourage those interested to sign up. A feedback link is provided in the chat box and will also be emailed to you. Your constructive suggestions are crucial for improving the quality of our Research Connect series. Please complete the feedback form to receive your certificate of attendance for today's session. Once again, thank you for all participants and support in making Research Connect Series 4 event a success. We look forward for seeing you at our upcoming workshop on 16th, 18th, and 19th July 2024. Have a wonderful day ahead, and let's continue to drive forward with the knowledge and inspiration gained today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, Sunita.
Bye.
Thank you, Sunita. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you, participants. You all can leave.